Captains are getting ready to go out on the field. Again, I'm Corey Munster-Tiger here, joined in the booth with Bill Jennings with BCTV and WBNH for this evening's broadcast. Bill, what are you looking for tonight?
I'm looking for definitely a tight game. I think Bedford's defense is very strong. I think, and I'm going to say this, I think it's a Bulldog victory. Based on what I've seen, what they did against Lawton Academy, maybe I'm somewhat biased. I looked at Exeter's record, and it's the same. They're 4-1 respectively, but 3-1 in their respective divisions. So you have East versus West, but I like the way the Bedford Bulldogs defense is. Exeter just squeaked by Winnicott 3-0, and Winnicott hasn't won a game all year, so I'm not sure what that means. So I'm leaning towards the Bulldogs.
It's tough to make those comparisons when schedules and opponents are differing, and those records throughout the year, of course, are somewhat indicative, but not necessarily always. We see the Bedford Bulldogs have won the toss, and they've chosen to defer. As far as tonight, though, it's a chance for the Exeter Bluehawks to rebound. Of course, they lost last week to Timberlane. They did have the ball and were driving in the waning seconds of the game. However, just ran out of time. I think you heard that in Coach Matthews' interview. And had they had maybe 2 or 3 more plays, that outcome could have been a little bit different.
You know, these guys have played one another tight the last year. Oh, don't forget that October game here where Joe Michael was amazing with 2 minutes to go, driving down to put the ball through the uprights to beat Exeter 15-13, and he was amazing. He ran, he passed, and then he kicked the ball. Unfortunately, during the quarterfinals when they visited Bedford, they turned the tables on us. They beat us in double overtime, 35-28. A little tidbit that you might not know. The first Division I title for Bedford High School was in 2016, and it was the Bluehawks and Bill Ball that they beat 7-0. Connor Robert to Noah Shepard. And for those that have been around for a while, that was an amazing game. And they have won another title since they did beat Pinkerton. The Bulldogs did in 2018.
Well, honestly, hopefully we see a little bit more offense tonight. I'm more offensive-minded, and we should see that tonight, although we have heard from both Coach Matthews as well as folks around Division I football about how strong the Bedford defense is this year, and we're likely to get a look at it right here in the opening moments as Waleed Shaheen kicks it off deep. That's Kenny Verhel. Will take it up. Gets out to the 29-yard line where the Bluehawks offense will take over. So we chatted about the defense throughout many of our broadcasts. Actually, that ball's going to be marked on the 30. In particular, Coach Matthews is very pleased with his defensive line play so far. We'll get some insight into that, and obviously they've had a great time throughout the early parts of the season getting pressure on the quarterback in passing situations. Tonight we'll see a 5-man front and stack in the box as the wing tee comes out. Pafford under center, turns, gives, first man through, gets out to the 33-yard line as that was Ethan Moss on the carry.
You're going to see a lot of that this evening.
Sure will.
Going off guard, going off tackle, quarterback holding on to the ball, driving outside. The Bulldog defense is going to have to play disciplined football, stay in your positions, don't get faked out.
Know your assignments, make the tackles when you can, get off blocks when you can. That reverse pivot can sometimes confuse the defense. Pafford under center again, fakes it, boots out to the right-hand side, looks for receivers downfield. He's going to pull it down, get out to close to first down yardage, out to the 40-yard line, where he runs out of bounds.
It looks like he just might have squeaked in.
They are close. I'm not sure if they're going to give him the spot here, as they are putting it at the 40, and that's going to move the sticks. First down, Bluehawks. So we saw the quick reverse pivot and hand to Moss on the first down carry, 2nd and 7, and Pafford gets out around the outside on a quarterback boot for first down yardage. 1st and 10 Bluehawks. Pafford under center, 3 backs behind him, 2 tight. Handoff to the left-hand side, over to the left tackle, and wrapped up with maybe a half-yard gain will bring up 2nd and 9. That's Moss again on the carry.
Nice pursuit to the ball by the Bedford D, and gang tackling always brings them down.
That D line stacking up the line of scrimmage there again. Pafford trots back to the huddle. 2nd down and 9. Bulldogs have switched to a 4-man front now. Pafford under center. Takes a snap, reverse pivot. Keeps it on a rollout to the right. Had me fooled on that one.
Completely fooled.
It's a great ball fake by Pafford, as I thought McGinley had the ball, but he pulled it down, looked downfield. It is an incomplete pass, but I was a little behind on that one. Great ball fake by
you weren't alone.
By Pafford. I'm not sure if he got our cameraman either, but so Andrew, well done if you stayed with Pafford on that one. I thought he had handed that ball off. Anyway, great ball handling skills there. It still is 3rd and 9. Long yardage situation, tough for this type of offense. Pafford under center, 3 backs behind him, too tight. First man through, gets out to about the 46-yard line where he's tackled. And that is Desmond Rugg, number 21 on the carry.
Bill Ball is going to go for it on 4th. No, he's playing it conservative. That's respect for the Bulldog D.
Absolutely. 4th and 4. And the Blue Hawks will punt it away. Back deep to receive for the Bulldogs is Dominic Tagliaferro. Punt is away and deep. He got off a good one.
Boy, did he ever.
Bounces at the 10 and goes sideways. Excellent punt by the Blue Hawks.
Wow.
And they've backed up the Bulldogs inside their own 10-yard line. It goes out of bounds at the 7, where they will take over. I believe that was Bradley Richards punting, number 39 for Exeter. So the Bulldogs will come out of their own end zone, 7-yard line, huddling up on the goal line, as Danny Black will trot into the huddle with the play call. And they have their work cut out for them on this first drive of the game. They come out. 2 tight set, wing right, offset right. Looks like Sphere in the backfield. He'll get the carry off the right guard. Gets out to about the 14-yard line where he'll go down after a 7-yard gain.
Quick hits. I think the offensive line is a little bit underrated. That might be me because there's so much focus on how well the defensive line plays. But we put up I should say Bedford has put up an awful lot of points. You look at these guys deeper than I do. Do you think they're a strong offensive line?
Absolutely, and the line does rarely get credit in any football game. They're not touching the ball. It's not as frequent as Black is in the gun now. Sphere behind him. Fakes the handoff, gets it to Colby Snow around the right end. He's got a lot of room. He's out to the 40, slows down with a tackler. That's Moss, grabs him and wrestles him down at the 46.
That was an excellent run by Snow, and when he gets around the corner, he picks up speed, and it's very hard to catch up to that guy.
32-yard sprint there by Colby Snow on the jet sweep after the fake handoff from Danny Black. Great play call there and gets the Bulldogs some breathing room. Going back to that offensive line, yes, they rarely get the credit they deserve, but a lot of it goes to the running backs too. They have a great core group of skilled players, receivers as well as running backs, and you just saw one there in Colby Snow.
They have good lane presence. They know where to cut and look for the opening. Snow just demonstrated it.
Black, jet sweep off to Tagliaferro, gets out to the left-hand side, and he's wrapped up around the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10, maybe 2nd and 9. They do give him 1 yard on the forward progress.
I think it was a good move cutting inside. I think he continues to the outside. He might have been dropped for a loss.
And that was a good play by the Blue Hawks defender there on the wide side, keeping contained, forcing Tagliaferro to cut back. So 2nd and 9 from the Bulldogs' 47-yard line. After that outstanding run, 32-yard run by Colby Snow has given them decent field position. Black in the gun. Sphere behind him. Black takes the snap, gives it to Sphere, left guard, gets out to the left side, bounces it out, gets out down into Exeter Blue Hawk territory where he goes out of bounds at the 42-yard line. First down, Bulldogs.
So you talk about Coach Ball's T formation and confusing the defense. What the Bedford Bulldogs are doing right now is giving Bill Ball a little bit of his own medicine. They are doing a great job in concealing the ball, faking a handoff to one side and then going to the other side.
Misdirection, sleight of hand. It all depends on the quarterback and how comfortable they are and how much they've practiced these plays. Danny Black brings his team back to the line of scrimmage. Two tights again. Two wings are Snow and Soden. Sphere behind Black in the backfield. In motion is Snow. He'll take the handoff again. Jet sweep to the right-hand side. Gets out to, down to, the 39-yard line of Exeter, where we'll have a, looks like 2nd and 7. 3-yard carry there by Snow.
With all the running games, the ground game going well right now, and all the run calls, I'm waiting for that play action. This might be it.
There you go. 2nd and 7. Maybe not a bad down and distance to go for a shot downfield. Let's see how Nostra Jennings is doing tonight. Two tight set. Wing left is Snow. Offset left is Soden. Sphere is behind Black in the backfield. Takes the snap. Gives it to Sphere up the middle. So much for that deep play action pass as Sphere gets stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
I don't know.
Are you an offensive coordinator?
That's why I'm up here, and I'm a second string color analyst. Make that a third string color analyst.
6.5 to go here in the first quarter. 0-0 is your score.
Harry, I'm trying to do you proud, and your partner here is carrying me right now. So
3rd and 7 for the Bulldogs. Bill, you're doing a great job, and I appreciate you joining me tonight. It's a tough job by yourself, so thank you.
Well, you're welcome, Coach.
Two tight ends set. Wing right is Snow. Offset right is Soden. Sphere still in the backfield with Black. Takes the snap. Gives it to Snow. Left reverse. Gets out into space, and he's gone. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Snow. And the Bulldogs take an early lead on a reverse by Colby Snow. Great run, great play call, and that's the long shot you wanted, but it was on a reverse and that misdirection that you quoted 2 plays ago.
Well, again, the reason I'm up here, but Colby Snow, what a year he's having. Unbelievable year, and the guy had speed and he knows how to cut, and there's a perfect example.
Outstanding way to open the game for the Bulldogs offense. A 93-yard drive capped by, what was that, 36-yard touchdown sprint?
Yep, easily.
By Colby Snow.
What am I? Yep.
Yeah. Where's our statistician when we need him? Sabati puts the hold down. Kick is up, and it is good. 7-0. The Bulldogs take an early lead. 5:50 to go here in the first quarter.
Wow, they moved down very quickly. I'm not going to try to jinx them right now, but it was easy. I mean, again, let's talk about those hogs up on the line, opening up the holes, and those guys know how to make the move.
They sure do. Yields a great first drive for the Bulldogs offense. We saw some struggles early in the year with the Bulldog offense, but no struggles there as they put together, like I said, that 93-yard drive to pay dirt and a 7-0 lead.
They're getting to the outside, and they're picking up an awful lot of yardage to both sides of the ball. They must have saw something in the film, or they're just blocking extremely well. The downfield blocking, I don't know who it was, on Snow's move was phenomenal.
Great job by those receivers getting out, engaging the D-backs, and staying engaged to give their running back some space. Shaheen on the kickoff now. A little bit short, fielded around, not yet fielded. Now it is picked up at the 22-yard line and wrapped up at the 27. Again is Kenny Verhel. And the Blue Hawks will take over on their own 27-yard line. They didn't quite have a 3-and-out last possession, but they did not move very far. And they'll look to improve this particular possession.
Usually in these kind of plays, they can open up. You think it's a dead play, and all of a sudden the kicking team might take a step back and relax, and then the kid's gone.
Blue Hawks come to the line of scrimmage. Pafford under center. 5 down defensive lineman for the Bulldogs. Hands to the second man through. Smashing it up the middle. Getting out to maybe the 29 or 30-yard line. That was Moss again on the carry for 3 or 4 yards.
I was thinking about for the next games I should hire a spotter that can just give us the names. But you're doing a great job, so.
Did you bring your binoculars tonight, sir?
I did not.
Oh,
it was on my list, but like everything else I put in my list, I don't look at the list. So I have to put something to remind me to look at the list.
Yeah. Maybe that should be check mark number 1. Here, I have some in my bag if you need them. Pafford under center again. 2 tights, 3 backs behind him in the backfield. Reverse pivots. Pulls it down, boot out, and gets Moss in the flat. He's out to the 37-yard line where he goes out of bounds, and a first down for the Blue Hawks.
Yeah, that plays there, I think, is designed to certainly get him open, it's so crowded in that backfield and as you're moving down the line. But at the same time, to keep the Bulldog defense, have them stay honest, just keep them on their toes so that we're not smashing through the line every single time. We're going to catch you with a play action.
Sure. Keep them off balance. Not a bad down and distance to do it as well. It was 2nd and 7. First down, of course, now after that catch by Moss in the flat. Pafford gives it to the first man through right up the middle, stacked up and pushed way back by Parker Bromley. I'm not sure where they'll mark forward progress. It looks like they're stepping out just beyond the 40.
Yep.
But Bromley wrapped him up and drove him way back behind the initial line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 8. As you saw on that replay, it was first man through, and that was probably a generous spot. I'm not sure he made it to the 40. They are putting it at the 40-yard line, where again it will be 2nd and 8 for the Blue Hawks. Pafford under center, 2 tights. Familiar formation with 3 backs behind him. Calls out the signals. 4 down linemen for the Bulldogs. Boot out to the left-hand side for Pafford. Looks downfield, doesn't find anything. He tucks it under his arm, gets down into Bedford territory to the 39-yard line, and Pafford shows his athleticism there.
Patrick Mahomes there. You don't know whether he's going to take off with it, throw it, and
just about a 20-yard gain for Pafford, as his teammates were downfield, but he didn't quite see anybody open that he wanted to. That's a tough throw for the quarterback too. Boot out to the left-hand side for a righty quarterback is a tough throw. Pafford under center again. Wing is right. 2 backs in the backfield behind Pafford. Gives to the first man through. Ooh, the ball was on the ground as we saw the little white marker come in from the back judge. It looks like the Bulldogs missed out on that opportunity, but it is a 1-yard loss for the Blue Hawks as they get pushed back to the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 11. Looked like it was just a missed handoff there. Either Rugg or Moss. I couldn't quite tell who
what
was
does that remind you of last year with 2.5 minutes to go and they just something like that?
Similar kind of thing, yeah. Yep. 2 tights again. 3 backs in the backfield behind Pafford under center. Saw a little bit of a rock. They got away with it. Pafford tries to boot out.
Nice
and he
out.
Avoids pressure, gets back to his left-hand side, and gets ahead for forward progress.
That was an excellent scramble. They had him dead to rights. Nice spin. And had an open lane going to the left side.
Out of bounds at the 32-yard line, sets up a 3rd and short. Will be 3rd and 3, but you're absolutely right. They had him caught in the backfield, and Pafford again shows his athleticism, gets out to the left-hand side, avoids the sack, and gets positive yardage. 8-yard gain now yields a 3rd and 3. Blue Hawks back to the line of scrimmage. Familiar set, 2 tight, 3 backs. Pafford under center. Bulldogs show blitz, and they come right up the middle, and Moss avoids those blitzers and gets down to the Bedford 27, and we'll have a first down. Moss getting some tough yardage, both up the middle, but also caught that pass out in the flat. He's been a workhorse for the Blue Hawks so far tonight.
Absolutely. They're picking up yards on the ground, and I think no one should not think that this is going to be a big Bulldog scoring game. Again, I get caught up the way they move down the field very easily, and the way that the Hawks came off after their first series. They're showing us something different right now. Pound and ground.
Just over 2 minutes to go in this fast-moving first quarter. A lot of running. Clock has been steadily moving. 7-0, the Bulldogs lead over the Blue Hawks, but the Blue Hawks threaten here. 2 tights, 3 backs behind Pafford under center. Barks out some signals, tries to get him go offside, does not. Hands to the second man through. That was Aiden McGinley, who gets stacked up after a maybe 2-yard gain. We'll call it 1.5. So it'll be 2nd and 8.5. You don't hear that down in distance a lot, do you?
I just did. So take that off my bucket list.
There you go. There you go. We have a lot of pink in the student section here for for Exeter, celebrating Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Pafford back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 8.5. Takes the snap, pulls it down, looks downfield, he's got a man, and it's complete at the goal line, touchdown. Moss.
That was absolutely beautiful.
Great play action. We took the words out of each other's mouths. Moss right down the middle of the defense. D-backs were stunned. Came out of the backfield from the right side of that formation behind Pafford. Just kept walking down the middle of the field. And the play action by Pafford stunned the defense and yields a touchdown. Great play by Moss.
Safety
and Pafford.
Looking into the backfield, watching the quarterback's eyes, and you can't do that. He bit on the play action, and the rest is history. That was a great play.
Kick is up on the PAT and is good. 7-7, and the Blue Hawks answer that opening drive by the Bulldogs.
We got ourselves a ball game.
We sure do. Moss again a workhorse on that drive there, as he was catching, he was running, he was blocking, acting as decoy, and we're going to see that they rely on him quite a bit throughout the rest of this game. 7-7 is your score, 1:07 left in the first quarter, and the Blue Hawks didn't only threaten, but they came through to even the score.
What do we got on the docket right now?
Well, you know, I was just going to give a shout out for Harry, though, because BNH guy, WBNH, it's easy to listen to Bedford 105.1 online. Go to www.wbnh.bedfordnh.org for the stream link. We also stream on apps like TuneIn, MyTuner, Simple Radio, Radio Garden, and the Town of Bedford app. Just tell Alexa to play Bedford 104.1.
About 105.1.
Sorry, 105.1. Who said 4? Colby Snow on the 7-yard line comes out. Gets out to about the 23-yard line where the Bulldogs will take over. 105.1. Who said 104?
I don't know. Somebody that came into the press box. That didn't sound like you.
Yikes. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on their second possession of the evening. Each team has now had 2 possessions.
Well, this is where they like to start deep in their territory, so they're right where they want to be.
Sure. Instead of 97, it'll only be, what, 77.
Yeah.
Black takes the snap in the gun, hands it off. Jet sweep to the right side is Colby Snow. He's getting out. Great block on the outside by Sphere. Snow gets out to the 37-yard line, and that'll be a first down. I'm sorry, that was Ledger Russell on the lead block, number 4. Making great connection with outside contain. I believe that was 16, Sean DeLello, who came up.
Yep.
You saw on the replay there, yep, that was Russell making a great block on that cornerback trying to come up for contain, and Snow got an extra few yards and pushed those chains ahead. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on the 37-yard line. Slot left, slot right. Russell to the left of Black. Quick pitch out to Snow on the left-hand side. He takes that catch, gets out to the 44-yard line for about a 7-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 3.
I thought they had him stopped right there. He ducks his head down a little bit, slides right in between them, and gets probably an extra 3-4 yards out of it.
Snuck out there, of course. He was in that left slot position, and it was just a quick pitch after the fake to Russell. Stabbed that left foot and was able to get ahead for a 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3. Bulldogs trot to the line of scrimmage. Slot left, slot right. Russell is in the backfield to Black's right in the gun. Motion Snow. Handoff. Jet sweep to the right-hand side. And Snow gets maybe a yard out of that as the Blue Hawks defenders came up and sniffed that out.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a great blitz on the outside by Aiden McGinley, who stepped up really quick to force that play on the back to get back inside, and we're going to have a timeout here.
Actually, it's the end of the first quarter.
End of the first quarter, excuse me. 7-7 is your score as we take a moment in between quarters. Are you enjoying the game?
I am.
All right, just making sure. Check out more Bedford High School sports action from Bedford Community TV on your Roku or soon to be Apple TV. You can also watch via the Cablecast Screenweave app on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Download the app to watch the next game live on the big screen.
And for those that have Comcast TV in Bedford, you can watch it on 23 and HD 1072. We thank you for supporting your public media, all those Comcast subscribers. We really do appreciate it.
I mean, 1072 is so much better.
It's high def,
Oh,
man.
it's fantastic.
Yeah. But what we try to do is offer all the different venues, and let's not forget our YouTube, Bedford Community TV, YouTube channel. A lot of people are watching on that right now. I want to thank Andrew Fenn, who is our broadcast production coordinator that has spit that channel up greatly.
Well done, Andrew. We appreciate that, and all the viewers at home appreciate that. Radio listeners cannot appreciate that at this point, but we appreciate you too. The Bulldogs come back out to start the second quarter. 3rd and 3. Black has 2 backs in the backfield, 2 tight. Wing right is Soden. Black takes the snap, gives the sphere off the left-hand side, stacked up around the line of scrimmage, and that'll pull up a 4th down. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage, may have even lost a yard there, as the Blue Hawk defenders were all over that early.
Yep.
Coming up was Sean DeLello making the initial contact, cleaned up by Nolan Bleakley.
Yeah, that was a gang tackle beyond gang tackle. I mean, with the play action.
Sure, right?
Far be it for me to judge. That's why I'm up here.
There you go. There you go. Bulldogs are forced to punt. Josh Attar will be back to punt. Moss, no surprise, is back to receive for the Blue Hawks along with Kenny Verhel. Snap is back. Attar takes that snap, almost blocked, but does get it away. It bounces at the Blue Hawk 30-yard line. Another positive bounce for the Bedford Bulldogs, who will be down just outside the 25-yard line, where the Blue Hawks will now go back on the offense.
Knock on wood. Have you seen any flags on either team?
Come on, man.
On
Who says that?
team.
Who says that?
I just said that.
Well, it's good timing, because if you want to become an official, it's an easy call. Do you see what we did there with the wording? We'll get back into that as 1st down and 10 for the Blue Hawks comes up. 2 tight, 3 backs in the backfield, Pafford under center. Takes the snap, toss to the right side, out over the right tackle, didn't quite get outside, and it will be stopped at the Blue Hawk 27, where they give him forward progress, 2nd and 9. If you do want to become a high school sports official, it's an easy call. Officiating allows you to continue to be a role model by demonstrating qualities such as impartiality, fairness, and courage. High school sports officials help protect the integrity of the games we love by teaching and enforcing the rules of play. New officials have an opportunity to make a difference in their communities right away. To learn more about becoming a high school sports official, please visit www.nhiaa.org. Pafford back under center. Takes a snap, reverse pivot, gives to Moss. No, he doesn't. He pulls it back down. Boots out to the left-hand side and will be tackled at the 32-yard line. This is a longer situation for them, 3rd and 5.
Right. I don't know whether Coach Matthew made an adjustment, but they have to. I'm sure he's got a couple of his plays out there as a spy on that guy. Don't lose him and stay with him. He's their team.
He's tough. He's crafty. I have to say Moss has contributed significantly over the first quarter and 2 minutes or so. But Pafford, obviously being the quarterback, all eyes are on him, and he has shown some great abilities with play action, with ball fakes, and keeping people on their toes, specifically at defense. 2 backs behind him now. 1 wing right. Pafford reverse pivots, hands the ball off, and hit immediately after that handoff was McGinley, I believe, and Sheridan was in on that play, as well as Bromley. Brings up 4th and 4 after a 1-yard gain, and the Blue Hawks will be forced to punt. Bradley Richards will do the punting duties. Tagliaferro and Snow will be back to receive for the Bulldogs. Timeout is going to be taken here by Bedford as they had some trouble on their special teams punt receiving team. So as we take a quick timeout, I'd like to let everybody out there know that the Bedford Bulldogs Athletic Booster Club would like to thank their generous sponsors, including their platinum sponsors, BEI Network, Z1 Express, London Family Orthodontics, Gear Up Bedford and Spectrum Marketing, gold sponsor Liberty Hill Construction, as well as silver sponsors Wicked Good Butcha. Did you hear that?
Butcha. Well, I'm a Mass kid, South Shore.
There you go.
So I understand exactly how that is pronounced.
And Realty One Group. In addition, Bedford Friends of Football would like to thank the following co-sponsors: Coca-Cola Northeast, Cisco, CrossFit Athletics, Tidewater Catering Group, Treescapes, Fine Homes Groups, 10 and 10 Attorneys, and Ellsmore Catering. If you're interested in joining or helping out, check out www.bbabc.net.
We're going to have a return.
Snow on the return. Gets out to the right-hand side and has some space, but will go out of bounds at the 33-yard line, where the Bulldogs will take over in their own territory.
You know, you're talking about officials. I was an official, high school baseball official for 15 years with the NHIAA.
What did you like being behind the plate or out on one of the bases?
I always loved being behind the plate.
Yeah, balls and strikes, man. I knew it.
I always
love to be in charge. Now, how many people did you throw out of the game? I bet you were a real buster.
The rules changed over time. You could sit a coach, and I did that a couple of times when they weren't demonstrating good sportsmanship.
There you go, sportsmanship. That's what it's all about. Impartiality, fairness, and courage, Bill.
Amen.
Open set here for the Bulldogs. Slot left, slot right. Quick pitch out to Colby Snow, and he'll get out to the 36-yard line. About a 5-yard gain. Well, we'll call it 4 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 6. Wow, that official almost took a tumble there. I hope he's okay.
I know, he looks pretty dexterous to me. I mean, he didn't go down. I have gone down.
I can imagine. I
did it at a playoff game. I think it was over at the Fisher-Cat Stadium as I was pedaling backwards, and I was the entertainment at that moment.
I can imagine.
Of course, I always love the spotlight on me.
Slot left, slot right. Russell in the backfield. Fakes the jet sweep to Snow. Pass out to the right side. Tagliaferro complete inside Exeter territory. He'll be tackled at the 44-yard line is where they'll mark it. First down, Bedford.
His first downhill pass. I call it downhill because it looks like it's going downhill.
Tagliaferro again was in the right slot, just an out pattern, and Black saw him out there, got the ball out, and first down into Exeter territory. Similar formation, slot left, slot right. Russell in the backfield with Black, who's in the gun. Motion, fake that. Black will take it up the middle. Ooh, and he got popped right there at the line of scrimmage. People were jumping on the ball. That ball seemed to have come out. They're calling an official's timeout, and they may be calling this down before the ball came out. The officials are huddling right around the line of scrimmage. See if we can see it here on the replay. Black came right to the line of scrimmage, was popped, and the ball snuck out. I'm thinking these officials didn't quite see when it came out, and therefore they're going to call him down by contact. And the lead official is going to come to the sideline and talk to Coach Ball. Not quite sure what they're discussing at this point. Probably the timing of that fumble, whether it was...
You can't make a call as an official if you do not have a good angle or sight on the ball. You have to see it. I mean, you can't reverse it. It has to be indisputable, but they don't use video replay.
Of course not. Not every high school has that luxury, so it seems like the Bulldogs offense is staying on the field.
Yeah, we may want to take that play out of the repertoire.
Well, you know, it's not bad to change it up every once in a while. The Exeter's fans and coaching staff are clearly not pleased, but it does seem like the Bulldogs will retain possession here.
Which I'm not sure what Coach Matthews is talking about right now.
Well, they honestly have a legitimate gripe here. They didn't... That seemed like that ball might have come out before Black was down. He got popped by two defensive linemen right at the line of scrimmage. Okay, they call an inadvertent whistle here as the officials felt Black was down, but maybe he wasn't down, and the Bulldogs choose to rerun the play. That's an unusual situation that you don't see every game.
I am not aware of that rule.
7.5 to go here in the first half. 7-7 is your score. Sevens are wild at this point as the Bulldogs have 1st and 10 on the Blue Hawks 44-yard line. Black takes the snap, hands it off the left-hand side, backing out for more yardage. I believe that was Sphere. Down to the 41-yard line, a 3-yard gain for Sphere. It'll be 2nd and 7. So not quite the call that they got the tough end of in that Nashua North game to start the season. But Exeter is not the beneficiary of a tough call this evening here on that potential fumble and a replayed down.
Take a look at Exeter right now. Looks like the linebacker's coming up, creeping, stacking the line. They're just waiting for the run.
A run it is as they give to Colby Snow on the jet sweep left. Looks to cut it back up inside, but he's going to lose yardage as he's tackled out at the 48-yard line. They'll mark him down. 2-yard loss will bring up 3rd and 9 for the Bulldogs.
Some adjustments on the part of the Blue Hawks. That outside sweep was killing them, and they've made the adjustments.
2 long runs in that first possession for the Bulldogs by Colby Snow. One to get them out of trouble in their own end, and one to score a touchdown. And you're right, they've made those adjustments to pursue to the outside. 3 down linemen here might give them an opportunity. Black has 2 backs in the backfield, takes the snap, fakes to Sphere to the left, will pull it down and run to the right side. He'll get out close to 1st down yardage. It'll be down to the 36-yard line where he's tackled, and it will be a 4th and 1.5, maybe 2.
Yeah, this is 4 down territory.
I would think so. I mean, it's clearly too far for a field goal attempt. Punting, you know, it's probably going to go a little bit too far. You really only get maybe a 15-yard field position change. So, yeah, this has to be 4 down territory here.
I think if we were to look at Bedford's game, I would say the kicking game, field goals, PATs, might not be the strongest part of their game like it has been in the past. So they'll probably keep it on the ground.
Bulldogs were benefiting from a string of good kickers. Of course, Joe Michael had that responsibility for a few years. Matty Luke and Tony. Black in the backfield. 4th and 2. Big play here. Takes a snap. Hands it off the left-hand side. He looked like he was initially caught, but second effort puts him down to maybe the 34-yard line.
Looks like it's a first down if I'm looking at it from my angle anyhow.
Let's look at the spot. It might be a measurement. He got a tough spot. I think he's short.
Yeah, he did get a tough spot because as he just came in from the side, he had his foot here and then he moved it back. So.
Yeah, I think he got a tough spot. He was down well inside the 35, and that ball is nearly touching the 35. I think he's short.
And Coach Matthew is not happy about this. He is pointing down to the spot where he feels it should be.
Yeah, he's frustrated. They will bring the chains in from the far sideline.
Our crack camera guy had said already that it's probably going to go to the Blue Hawks. Correct there, Andrew? Yep.
The officials bring the chains on. They will stretch them out, and the Bulldogs, as predicted,
it's being turned over,
are short by inches. Big defensive stop here by the Blue Hawks defense, where they will take over now, coming out on their own 35-yard line. Pretty big momentum play right there, and a tough one as our view of that play had the second effort getting a little bit farther downfield. Didn't get the spot, so hey, maybe ball don't lie there on that fumble play, and now the Blue Hawks come up with a solid defensive play to turn the ball over. 1st and 10, Blue Hawks.
Coach Matthew is giving the sideline official a little bit of peace of mind.
Pafford under center, 2 tights, 3 backs behind him. Reverse pivots, gives it to the second man through, off the right-hand side. Guard tackle area, gets out to the 39-yard line, where it will be 2nd and 6. 4.5 and running here in the second quarter. 7-7 is your score on touchdowns by Colby Snow, the 36-yard run, and a 27-yard touchdown reception by Evan Moss for the Blue Hawks. Same formation for Pafford. 5 down linemen for the defense. Reverse pivot, it's a fake. Pafford gets out to his right-hand side. Can't make the connection as he had Moss running an out pattern on the right-hand side. And it is incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Yeah, he just missed him. He had him open.
A little bit high, and I have to say it was well defended by the Bedford linebacker, who is stride for stride with Moss. If Pafford tried to rifle that in there, he had the risk of either a deflected pass or maybe even an interception underneath. So 3rd and 6. Same formation, 2 tight, 3 backs behind Pafford. 4 down linemen for the Bulldogs. Reverse pivot, it's a fake. Pafford out to the right-hand side. He tucks it under, and he's going to get tackled out of bounds at the 42-yard line, short of the first down. It'll be 4th and 3.
Yeah, the Bulldogs weren't fooled on that one. They stayed with him. There was great pursuit on the part of the D.
That was excellent pursuit, as you mentioned, by the outside linebacker. Sheridan was chasing him down, as well as Alex Grudinskis, and they were able to coop up Pafford before he got first down yardage. Snap here on the punt is dropped momentarily, but then he gets off an excellent punt. Will sail into the end zone. Lucky for the Bulldogs, but that was an outstanding punt by Bradley Richards. Looked like it might be trouble as he dropped the snap momentarily, but then blasted one through the end zone. So the Bulldogs will take possession here late in the first half. 3:42 to go in the first half. 7-7 is your score. 1st and 10. Bulldogs on their own 20-yard line. Some discussion in the Bulldogs huddle. Not quite sure what that's about, but sorting through this next offensive possession. Bulldogs come out to the line of scrimmage. 2 tight set. 2 backs in the backfield with Black, who's in the gun. Wing is right. Black takes the snap, hands it off. Wrapped up quickly.
Yeah, they're clogging up the middle right now.
That was Sphere on the carry, and he loses a yard.
I know that was an obvious statement on my part, but it just seems that they're pinching in more, staying home. Linebackers are coming up tight. I'm thinking, try open it up a little bit. That's just me as a fan.
All right, so this fan next to me wants to open it up a little bit, but they go two tights again and two backs in the backfield.
That's why I'm up here.
Wing to the right side. Black takes the snap, hands it off the right tackle, and Snow has some room again. Gets out to the 33-yard line, maybe 34. Well, they'll mark him down. First down, Bulldogs, and they'll take a timeout. 3 minutes left here in the first half. They're going to try to run their best version of the 2-minute drill with 3 minutes left. They do run the clock. There wasn't a timeout. My apologies. They did stop it momentarily to move the chains. First and 10 Bulldogs on their own 33 after that first down run by Colby Snow. Again, a two tight set. Split to the left-hand side is Snow in a flanker position. Black takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks left. Out in the flat, he has his man. Soden catches it and gets stuck pretty hard there out at the 37-yard line. That was, I believe, Moss coming up to make that stick. Good, solid football play there by Ethan Moss.
A great tackle. Too many of the tacklers coming up to bring their guy down will try to go for the top body now. That's lead with the shoulder. Go with it. That's how you do it, man. Hit the mid. Drive him to the ground.
Well done. Ethan Moss showing his all-around football skills. Running, tackling, catching passes. He's shown some skill out there tonight. Two tight set, flanker wide to the right side. Soden goes in motion left to right. Stops, but we do have flags. Our first flag of the day.
Yeah.
I believe there was
motion.
False start on our offense. There you go. False start on the Bedford offense. They'll march him back 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 10 on their own 33.
Trying to have some scores for you at halftime. Maybe if Harry's listening, he could text them to us, or better still, our crack statistician, who is also our camera guy, broadcast production guy, the I can do everything guy, Andrew Finn, can provide us with something.
2nd and 10, slot left, slot right. Black rolls out to the right after taking the snap, sees his man out in the flat. It's complete. That's Poltrinari out to the 40-yard line. They gained their yardage they lost by the penalty back, so it'll be 3rd and 5, maybe 7-yard gain, so 3rd and 3. That was Joel Poltrinari on the catch.
How about
at the 40?
And 3.5.
Oh, 3.5. I like it.
I like using the half.
There you go. Should we call it a long 3?
That's another way.
Either way, 3 yards to get that first down and move those sticks. Slot left, slot right. That is Ledger Russell in the backfield. Motion. It goes to Russell off the right side. He gets ahead out to first down yardage at the 44-yard line. And the Bulldogs move the sticks. Clock temporarily stops so they can move the sticks. 1:27 to go on their own 44-yard line. Still plenty of time here if they use their timeouts wisely. Try to start working that sideline. I'm not sure how aggressive they'll want to be in a tie game. Again, 7-7 is your score. Slot right, slot left. Ledger Russell to Black's left, who is in the gun. Takes the snap, rolls to his left side. Pass out to the left flat is complete and inbounds.
Yeah, nice
well
catch.
Done there. Great catch there by Nate Clark. Getting his feet inbounds. And just about a 9, maybe 10-yard gain. They'll mark him short of the first down yardage, so 2nd and a short 1. Now this, Bill, is your deep shot yardage. 2nd and short. This is where you might want to do that play action, take a shot downfield.
All right, Coach.
Trips to the right-hand side. One split left is Poltrinari. Ledger Russell is in the backfield. Danny Black play action. Looks downfield. Rolls to his right. Ball's downfield and will be out of bounds, uncatchable. Intended target was Dom Tagliaferro. Out of bounds at around the 20-yard line or so. So they took a shot downfield on that 2nd and short. And it is incomplete. 3rd and we'll call it a short 1. 53 seconds left. Clock stops on that incompletion.
So you know that expression, 50-50 ball? It seems to be the new thing in the NFL. Do you believe in that 50-50, throw it up, down? Maybe they do a 50-50? No.
Well, you know, in the NFL, it's a little different because it's a spot foul on a pass interference, and those calls are getting really tight and can be a huge payoff for the offense. Black takes the snap. He's going downfield again. Ooh, there's an interception. The Blue Hawks running it back into Bedford territory. And they missed an interference call as Snow was decked during that ball in the air. Wow. But it is picked off by Nolan Bleakley, and he runs it back to the Bedford 37-yard line. You saw here on the replay as Snow is tumbling everywhere. Didn't quite see the contact, but you did see Nolan Bleakley step in and pick that ball off. Drastic change here, just under 44 seconds left in the first half, and the Blue Hawks have an opportunity. First turnover of the night on the interception thrown by Danny Black.
Like two receivers in the same area, which is a little confusing.
Now that could show on the replay that maybe Snow was tripped up by his own player.
He was. Looked like he was tripped.
But was his own player, or was it a defensive player?
If Dill can bring that back up, and I know it's a little bit of a scrambling.
Pafford now under center, three backs in the backfield, play action. He's looking downfield, throws it up, has his man. Nope, it is close. The Exeter fans go bananas. Surprisingly, they didn't go bananas on the last play. They wanted a flag there, but nothing comes out. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Blue Hawks. 38 seconds to go in the first half. You saw there on the replay, there were two athletes running stride for stride. I mean, I may be biased, but I didn't really see much there. So 2nd and 10 on the 37-yard line.
You biased? Never.
Maybe a little bit. Two tights, wing left, two backs behind Pafford. Takes the snap, looks down to the left side, ball's in the air, and it is out of bounds, incomplete at around the 22-yard line. So that'll bring up 3rd and 10. Good defense there. It looked like, looked like the Bedford defender, Nate Clark, might have gotten their touch too soon, but not early enough to draw a yellow hanky.
And that shows that you're unbiased.
So it will be 3rd and 10.
32 seconds. I think it goes deep again.
Why not? You're going to take some shots downfield. You have to make sure that you're looking for that. But
what if their punter's their field goal kicker?
I don't know. He's putting a good foot in the ball a couple times. Pafford under center, two tights, three backs in the backfield. Hands it off this time out to the right side. That's McGinley. McGinley gets ahead for first down yardage down to the 23-yard line, and Coach Ball will take a timeout. 26 seconds left. 1st and 10 for the Blue Hawks as they threaten here just before the end of the half. You know, they've put together a couple deep strikes, and I was actually thinking they might switch it up here with the Bulldogs expecting pass and try to get that run yardage. They did, but they are forced to burn a timeout. Coach Ball has 2 left with 26 seconds left in the first half. Quick score update for you. Londonderry leads Bishop Girton 14-8 with 5 minutes to go here in the first half for them. Bit of a surprising score as Bishop Girton has been demolishing people early this season.
Well, it's like anything. Here we are looking at the Bulldogs defense, and this is really their first tough competition team with a good offense since Thornton Academy. Some of the other teams that they played didn't have some of the talent that this Exeter team has right now.
Pafford brings him back to the line of scrimmage. 3 backs behind him, 2 tight. Gives it to Moss off the left-hand side. He'll be stacked at the line of scrimmage. Great play there by Soden, shedding a block and getting a tackle for loss out to the 26. So that 2-yard loss on a run play will cause Coach Ball to call timeout again with 17 seconds left. You looking for
watching
where
this
you can
play.
find upcoming Bedford Bulldogs games? BCTV is a proud member of the New Hampshire Coalition for Community Media, which offers a New Hampshire high school sports broadcast schedule listing games from all across the state. Our peers in other communities may be covering your away games live on their channels and live streams. Find Bedford Bulldogs game coverage and more at www.nhccm.org/network.
Corey, I'm going to take time right now to thank the Exeter Blue Hawk media folks that helped us arrange to get into the press box here, set up our gear. We did it ourselves, but they were so accommodating. We have a network connection here, and we can't say enough. And thank Blue Hawk Media and Eric in particular, who manages it, for the support and help in providing this broadcast to our Bedford and surrounding communities.
Pafford takes the snap, hands it off right side. McGinley still rumbling out ahead for maybe an 8-yard gain. Timeout is called again. 10 seconds left here in the first half, and that is the Blue Hawks' final timeout, as again they are threatening here before the end of the first half. 7-7 still your score, 10 seconds left to go. Yes, I'll echo that. The Exeter folks have been very accommodating. We appreciate it, and I'm sure all the listeners out there appreciate it, that we're able to bring you the game. Another score update. Wachusett 27, Salem 0 with 10:56 left in the first half.
You know, we do a lot of work with our sister stations. Exeter is one of them. Nashua, we work with the folks down there where we've done joint broadcasts. Corey, you worked with their broadcast crew when we opened it up against Nashua North. And we try to, with the New Hampshire Coalition of Community Media, try to team up so that we can support each community and provide the video stream and the local broadcast on the Comcast channel so our folks can access it and have fun and root for their team.
So 10 seconds left here. The Blue Hawks send out their field goal unit. Perfect time to fake it if you're looking for one. Showing his athleticism and versatility is Ethan Moss as he lines up for the field goal attempt. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up.
Oh, plenty of leg.
Looks good, and it is good.
He probably
Great play there.
Could have been 10 yards back and it still would have cut the upright.
An unusual choice there on third down as well, as they decided they did not have enough time to go for the first down or take a shot in the end zone. 10 seconds left there. They decided to kick the field goal on third down, and it was the right choice as the Blue Hawks go up 10-7 with 6 seconds to go here in the first half.
And if I recall, because of my age, I believe Bedford takes the kickoff in the second half.
They do. They did defer. They won the toss and chose to defer. So the Bulldogs will get possession to start the third quarter. Somewhat low-scoring affair.
I think this is the first time, and correct me, Andrew, that Bedford has been behind in their last, since Nashua North game. Oh wait, they fell behind Goffstown, right? 7-0? Nope. Anyways, point is, this is the first time we've seen the Bulldogs behind in a long time.
Moss will kick off for the Blue Hawks. Drives a low liner up the middle of the field. Fielded at the 23-yard line by Ledger Russell. Russell sneaks around, gets out to the 32-yard line, and that will end the first half of play. The Blue Hawks take a 10-7 lead here into halftime. For halftime festivities, we'll have the Bedford Marching Band and Color Guard coming out.
I know there's somebody special in the band that you know.
My daughter is one of the drum majors, has been leading this group for 2 years now, and they're excited to show their field show tonight to the Exeter crowd. I believe the Exeter band will be performing after them, so we'll bring you the sights and sounds of halftime. We'll take a break and return in about 20 minutes for second half action. Welcome back here to Exeter High School. Halftime is wrapping up. The Exeter Bluehawks have taken a 10-7 lead into halftime. A late turnover by the Bulldogs led to points on the board for the Bluehawks as they were able to capitalize on a field goal with only 6 seconds left in the first half, putting them up 10-7 for that halftime lead.
Yeah, it's unfortunate when you turn the ball over and the opponent puts points up, but it could have been worse. Field goal, kept them to a field goal, and now Bedford's going to be receiving, and hopefully they can move down the field. I got some scores here, halftime scores here, Corey. At the half, Londonderry is beating Bishop Girton 14-8, and that's the game that everybody's watching if you're not a Bedford or an Exeter fan in Division 1. Another Division 1 score is Wachusett, which is a Massachusetts team, is beating Salem 34-0. Dover is 14-6 over Central. That's a lot closer than we thought it was going to be, and I thank Andrew for giving me that information. And then we have Pinkerton, who is whipping Winnicott 35-0 again at the half.
So from scores around the league to our score here, it is 10-7, just about a minute left here in halftime. Again, I'm Corey Munster-Tiger, joined in the booth this evening by Bill Jennings. Appreciate you stepping in for our normal colleague, Harry Kozlowski. Second half action will join us here in just a moment. The Bedford Bulldogs will be receiving second half kickoff as they won the toss and deferred, so they get a chance to strike back after that late field goal by Ethan Moss put the Bluehawks up. Of course, the scoring was kicked off by Colby Snow's 36-yard touchdown run on Bedford's first offensive possession, setting the tone early. That was a 93-yard drive, a very impressive way to start the field for the Bulldogs. However, their offense bogged down since, as that was the only scoring effort they were able to put together in the first half. Bluehawks responded with a 27-yard touchdown reception by Ethan Moss, and then capped off by that field goal we spoke of just a moment ago.
Sorry for jumping in on you, young man. Yeah, when the Bulldogs went the length of the field and scored, I thought it was going to be okay, a little bit of a runaway, and then of course Exeter came back, tied it, and then the turnover. So we did say at the beginning of the game, though, that it would be a tight game.
And a tight game it is, 10-7. 12 minutes are back on the clock. Ethan Moss is back to kick for the Blue Hawks. Back to receive for the Bulldogs, as usual, are Dominic Tagliaferro and Colby Snow. Moss on his approach. Kick is away, and we are back in second half action. Taken deep at the 7-yard line. Colby Snow gets out to the left-hand side, out to the 32-yard line. He'll be tackled by a few different Blue Hawks players, and the Bulldogs will take over on their own 32.
Nice run by Corey.
Colby.
Colby. I had Corey on my mind.
You know what
happens.
I know.
Begins with a C. So
a lot of people have my name on their mind. That's fine.
I'm sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Snow. John Snow, who I know well, I'm sure is a very, very proud dad. John was a firefighter EMT with the Bedford Fire Department. And
not the same one from the Game of Thrones, though. Different John Snow?
No. Okay, he's not going to the North Wall or anything along those.
Two tights for Danny Black. Two flankers in motion. Colby Snow. Handoff is to Sphere off the right tackle. He'll get ahead for maybe a 3-yard gain. No, they'll give him 2 out to the 34-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8. Sorry to cut you off on Mr. and Mrs. Snow.
I think I'm done.
Okay, there you go. I was trying to get back to the action. Play is called in from the sideline. Danny Black trots into the huddle. Calls the signal. They break and approach the line of scrimmage. Blue Hawks adjust their defense, flopping strong and weak side. Too tight set for Danny Black. He's in the gun. In motion, Snow, right to left. Ball fake now deep down the right-hand side. Cam cannot handle it. That was Cal McAuliffe trying to get his big paws up on that from his tight end position, but it is incomplete.
He actually dropped that ball in nicely. It went right between his hands. Good coverage, but ball placement was great.
Good play action pass there from Black, but again, can't make the completion. It'll be 3rd and 8 on Bedford's own 34-yard line.
That was a good call by Coach Matthews. Going downfield, had the play action going.
Play action is good. 3rd and 8 is not. So 3rd and long here. As the Blue Hawks defense looks to stymie the Bulldogs here early in 3rd quarter action. Colby Snow in motion again, fake there. Black over the middle, has his man Sheridan. Complete pass down inside Blue Hawk territory to the 40-yard line. And there's that play action that we were talking about. And I believe that's Kevin Sheridan's first catch of the season, and it's a big one.
That was excellent, and looks like Coach Matthews decided to open up a little bit. If you notice that the outside corners are coming up, anticipating that handoff when they were getting a lot of yardage come from the outside. So they're coming up tight, and that's opening up the middle a little bit.
That was right down the gut, as you said. Sheridan makes a big catch for big yardage and sets up the Bulldogs 1st and 10 on the Blue Hawks 40-yard line. In motion is Soden, but we have flags down on the play, likely a false start.
This is what drives coaches to get gray hairs.
Believe me, I've been a coach and I have a lot of gray hair, and yes, it does drive you batty, especially in this situation. You just come up with a big play and now you have a negative yardage situation. So 1st and 15 for the Bulldogs. They'll have to make up for that 5-yard penalty. Too tight set again. Colby Snow near side, split left. Soden wing right. Snow goes in motion. We have another flag. Near side official throws it this time right at the 45-yard line. Well, he's motioning for an offside on the defense, so they might get that 5 yards right back. Ooh, encroachment offense. So
how do you encroach on offense? That's new to me. I'm being ignorant.
Let's see if we can find that on the replay. likely either the center making a false snap motion or perhaps they were lined off offside. And again, another 5-yard penalty, so it'll be 1st and 20. Back to the 50-yard line, as after a great play on the reception to Kevin Sheridan, the Bulldogs have gone backwards twice in a row. They do come to the line of scrimmage here, 2 tight set. Snow off to the left-hand side. Handoff is to Sphere up the right side, over the right guard, right tackle area. He barrels ahead for 10, just over 10 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
That's a good response. Wasn't expecting that.
Got the penalty yardage back at least. It will be 2nd and 10 as the ball is marked on the 40-yard line inside Blue Hawk territory. And now it's a bit more manageable after a great first down run by Sphere. 2 tight set again. Snow near side. Soden far side. Soden goes in motion, stops over the left guard. Black takes the snap. Handoff to Snow on the end around. Gets out, maybe a 7-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and short. So the Bulldogs offense has been able to compensate, at least momentarily, for those 2 penalties to start this first down yardage situation. Getting back to that first quarter type situation on that first drive by the Bulldogs where they had success on those end around plays. Snow again gained 7 yards on that play. 2 tights again. Soden wing left, Snow split right. Snow comes in motion near side, but it's handed off to Sphere up the middle, and he gets stacked up short of the first down. It'll be 4th and 1. Again, 4-down territory, right?
Absolutely.
Too far for a field goal. The Bulldogs don't quite have a field goal kicker that's going to be good from 40.
I think most of
50.
what I see in high school ball is that if you're within the 40-yard line of your opponent, you're going to look at 4 downs. I think anytime outside the 45 and beyond, you're going to kick.
Sure, and here the ball is just outside the Blue Hawks' 31-yard line, so Coach Matthews agrees with your assessment and keeps his offense on the field. 4th and 1, big play early here in the 3rd quarter. Black in the gun. Soden offset right. Snow is right. 2 tight set. False start by Sphere. He was a little too eager. And that motion will cause a 5-yard penalty. I think they're still going to go for it here on 4th and 6.
Definitely go for it, but again, you got to be more disciplined. This is 3 motion penalties on this drive. You're not going to win ball games with the play going down all the time. So
they will change up their team. You're absolutely right. Those penalties have been a killer here, especially on this drive. They still have an opportunity to overcome them, as it is 4th and 6. They changed their personnel, put a more wide receiver heavy personnel in there. The crowd is getting fired up, as they should. An important down here. Again, 7:45 left in the 3rd quarter. 10-7, the Blue Hawks lead. Slot left, slot right. Ledger Russell is in the backfield with Black in the gun. Takes the snap, looks left, looks to scramble, gets up the middle, was wrapped up, but gets first down yardage.
Wow, he was almost stopped in the backfield too. He broke away from that one and
broke a tackle, you're right at the line of scrimmage, but he does sneak out and squirts ahead, and that's probably the best description. Squirts ahead for first down yardage down to the 26.
Kind of gutsy call with 7 yards. If that was 4th and 7, you definitely think put it in the air. And I think you saw a lot of the linebackers, D guys, backpedaling, and it opened up.
And that's exactly why it worked on 4th and 6. So first down, Bulldogs at the 26-yard line, 2 tight set. Black takes the snap. Sphere gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe no gain. 2nd and 10. Yeah, no gain, so it will be 2nd and 10. New personnel trots into the huddle.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is.
Well, that was Soden coming in. I'll bail you out on that one.
All right, thank you.
You know, they're swapping out. Again, 2 tight set. Sheridan and McAuliffe. Soden offset right, Snow split right. Black takes the snap. Fakes it inside, Snow on the end around again, and he's got a lot of room again. Down to the 16-yard line, close to first down yardage. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, that seems to be a bread and butter right now. I mean, they slowed it up in the probably starting in the second quarter. They weren't making as much yardage on that, and because Exeter was coming up and stacking the corner and forcing them outside and then dropping them. But I'll tell you right now, he is a ball player.
We've complimented Evan Pafford for the Blue Hawks several times on his misdirection, his ball handling, and deceitful way of ball fakes. This time it was Black. Ledger Russell off the right side will get ahead. It looks like he has first down yardage on that 3rd and short.
It all depends on the ball placement.
Far side judge has him spotted at around the 16. And I think he's going to have enough for first down. Oh, they're going to take a timeout and bring out the sticks to measure it. They didn't get it in the first half, but I do think they'll get it here.
Can we get a concurrence from our camera guy? Coming up.
You see, he's cheating, though. He has the benefit of the Zoom. I don't know if that counts, man.
Well, that's because he's special. He's got the camera.
That's fair. That's fair.
Hey, we hope you're enjoying this broadcast on WBNH 105.1 FM.
They do not. I'm sorry to cut you off. They do not bring the sticks out. They give him the first down yardage. So we're back to the line of scrimmage. Too tight set. Motion here by Snow, right to left. Ball fake to him, and it's almost picked off at the goal line. Sheridan was right up the middle again, and stepping in the way was Evan Pafford.
That was lucky it wasn't picked.
Can't pull it down, and you're absolutely right. Lucky it was not picked. Incomplete pass. 4:55 to go in the third quarter. 10-7 is your score. The Blue Hawks lead the Bulldogs, but the Bulldogs are driving and threatening here deep in Blue Hawk territory at the 16-yard line. Too tight set. Soden is wing right. Two backs in the backfield with Black, who is in the gun. Takes the snap. Second man through is Snow. He goes off the right side and will ramble ahead for 3 yards or so. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Given what happened in the first down, I'm wondering whether or not he'll you got to put it back up again.
Sure, absolutely. Although that's what we would have thought on 4th and 6, and it was a quarterback draw. Black gaining first down yardage at a critical time in the third quarter here.
Coach Matthews is really shaking the play calling up, which is great.
Shaking the play calling up and shaking his timeout tree as he'll take one here. 4:22 left in the third quarter. 10-7 is your score as the Blue Hawks, hosting the Bulldogs, lead the way.
Yeah, I'm just going to, if you don't mind me jumping in, again, letting our viewers out there, if you're watching online or on Comcast 23 in 1072 in Bedford, and streaming on Roku, soon to be Apple TV, Cablecast, Screenweave, and the Bedford Community TV YouTube channel. We try to get to this game many different venues, and of course WBNH 105.1 FM. Setting the production up is a task, and we just want you to know that we enjoy doing this, traveling away. Guys like Corey, Andrew, myself, and Harry Kozlowski bringing you all the action and presenting it to you in many different ways. So thanks for supporting Bedford Community TV and WBNH Radio 105.1 FM.
That's WBNH LP Bedford. Getting that legal in there.
That's correct.
Danny Black fakes the handoff, gets out to the right-hand side, has some room, down to close to the 6-yard line.
Hey, it looks like from here he's got the first down.
I think he's short of the first down, to be honest with you, but it is pretty close to that marker. Might be closer to the 7 where they mark him down. And it is the 7. It will be 4th and 1. Now, this is not outside of field goal range. This might be a 25-yarder, maybe just inside, maybe a 24-yarder. We'll see what they call. And Danny Black's going to be trotting back to the huddle. So they're going to go for it here. 4th and short, threatening here close to the end of the third quarter. The Bulldogs realizing they need to get points on the board, and a critical play here. Ledger Russell in the backfield behind Black. Too tight set. Russell takes it off the left-hand side. He's ahead for first down yardage down to about the 3. First and goal, Bedford.
Ground and pound.
Pound it they did as they smashed it up the middle off the left guard. And that line, offensive line that you talked about early in the broadcast, pulls through for the Bulldog offense. Created just enough room, got a push up front, and Russell snuck through for the first down. Ball was marked out by the 4-yard line, so it's first and goal from the 4. Again, a too tight set for Black. Soden is wing right. Colby Snow is split left. Ledger Russell in the backfield behind Black. Soden motion right to left. Russell takes the handoff. He gets stopped quickly right after the handoff and was submarined at the 7 or 8 yard line.
They just split those gaps and came right in and submarined and got him behind the line.
So drop for a loss. They will mark him down at the 7-yard line. Second and goal from the 7.
2:42 left. Exeter up 10-7 in the third quarter.
So as they try to get points on the board here to retake the lead, Bulldogs have been in a too tight set most of this drive. They do it again here. Soden is wing right, 2 backs in the backfield with Black. He takes the snap. Pulls it down after play action. That ball gets batted at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. He had Snow going over the middle there, who released from his wing position.
And he had him. But I'll tell you one thing, which coaches always teach, get those hands up, right, Corey?
They sure do. You saw it on the replay there. One of those defensive linemen got his big mitten up there and smacked it away.
Number 66.
That is Eli Beam.
What a great play.
So third and goal from the 7.
We could use some of that with the Patriots when they play Detroit on Sunday.
Geez, they have to get a win, right? Trips to the left-hand side, one split right. Black takes the snap, looks to the left-hand side, and back to the right, slant over the middle, and it's a touchdown, but there's a flag. There is a flag.
Pass interference?
It's at the line of scrimmage.
Nope, they're pointing back to Bedford.
Possibly a hold.
The far side official is pointing towards the Bedford.
It was a slant play on the backside out to Black's right. And that penalty will be on the Bulldogs. Tough call there.
Ineligible receiver?
Ineligible receiver downfield. Wow, I'm not sure how you get ineligible on a 3-step drop out to your right-hand side. That's a tough call. Let's see if we can have that replay again, Dale, if possible. Wow. Usually that happens in maybe a screen pass or maybe a 5-step, 7-step drop.
Here we go.
And you're going to get a lineman downfield. Jeez.
Who?
I don't see anybody downfield.
Who?
Oh, so that's the incomplete pass. Okay, that's the play before.
Okay.
So here we go. Okay, maybe I see it there. So Parker Bromley was beyond the line of scrimmage. You get a 3-yard grace, and he was well downfield, so that's fair. Third down, slot right, slot left. Black in the gun. Takes the snap. Looks over the middle, has his man. Play at the goal line, and it's broken up right at the goal line. Nolan Bleakley right in the area near intended receiver Poltrinari. That's Joel Poltrinari.
Nice coverage. Maybe you let him just a little bit, but no, it was a good play all around.
Both players making an athletic play on the ball, and incomplete pass is the result. So the Bulldogs will go for a field goal here. Ball will be marked at the 19-yard line, so a 29-yard field goal attempt here by Waleed Shaheen. Holder is Evan Sabati. Snap is back, ball is down, kick is up, looking like it has the distance, but it is left. No good. No good.
Yeah, as we mentioned, one of the potential weaknesses in the Bulldog on this Bulldog team is the kicking game. As you said, we were so used to Lucatani and Joe Michael, and they could boom them. And yeah, this is one of the shortcomings. But hey, let's see what happens when they get the ball again. And this, unfortunately, when you have 4 flags thrown at, was it 4 or 5 on this drive?
At least 3. We know for sure.
We had 3 motion, and I believe we had 1 illegal man down. So then we had 4
downfield.
Yep. So we had 4. And
4 penalties.
Yeah.
Tough. Those negative yardage plays.
Yep.
So the Blue Hawks take over on their own 20-yard line. Pafford under center, 3 backs behind him, 2 tight set. Toss sweep to the right-hand side. Bulldogs defense stops him right at the line of scrimmage. He barely got back to the 20, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Good play there again by that defense as they were stringing that out, and Kevin Sheridan makes the play for the tackle for the Bulldogs.
Plenty of time left. We're only in the 3rd quarter. You've got another whole quarter to go. Don't put your heads down. No, you didn't score any points. Just keep the Blue Hawks down at this end, and hope you get good field position when they punt.
Blue Hawks back to the line of scrimmage. Pafford under center. 2 backs behind him. Wing right. Takes the snap. Pivots out. Handoff to the right side is McGinley. He'll be stopped at the 25-yard line after a 5, maybe a 6-yard gain. And it'll be 3rd and 4. We'll give him 6 on that carry.
So we got about 3rd and 5 right now, Corey. And this could be early. As I said, we're still in the 3rd quarter with about 38 seconds to go. A big stop.
Big stop,
big play.
But as you mentioned, plenty of time left. I'm imagining Coach Ball will keep it on the ground. Perhaps he'll get Pafford out into space. Maybe a quarterback boot to that left-hand side. Get the athlete out and let him make a play. 2 backs behind Pafford, wing right. Pafford gives it off to the left-hand side, and that's stacked up. Maybe a 1-yard gain. It'll be 4th down for the Blue Hawks as the 3rd quarter is set to expire.
I would have thought maybe fake up the middle and then a sweep left. But
I was thinking Pafford might fake that dive that they did hand the ball off, get him out into space, and perhaps get him in a one-on-one type situation, make a defender miss, but that's not what we saw. 4th and 3.
It's actually the end of the 3rd quarter right now.
They'll flop sides to start the 4th quarter, as the Blue Hawks will likely punt from their own 28-yard line. Are you enjoying the game?
I am enjoying the game.
I'm enjoying
Andrew,
the game,
too. Are you enjoying the game? He loves this game. And what are you going to say right now?
Well, you should check out BHS Sports. Excuse me, you should check out more BHS Sports from Bedford Community TV on your Roku or soon-to-be Apple TV. You can also watch via the Cablecast Screenweave app on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Download the app to watch the next game live on the big screen right from home.
Hey, we got a final score in Bedford girls soccer, and they were playing Nashua South. Yes, they were. Nashua South, and we're getting the word that it is a Bedford win, 3-0.
3-0. Congrats to the girls soccer team.
Congratulations. They're having a great year. Boys are having a great year.
They sure are. So Evan Pafford will be back to punt for the Blue Hawks. Back to receive for the Bulldogs. That was normally Dom Tagliaferro. Can't see if that's a 6 or an 8. The snap is bounced back to Pafford. He fields it cleanly, though, and gets away a good punt. Tagliaferro over the shoulder catch at the 31-yard line. Get back out to his left-hand side and doesn't quite make it to the 40. But that was fielded nicely by Tagliaferro. If he bobbles that, it could spell trouble for the Bulldogs, but they do not, and they will come out on the 38-yard line.
That was outstanding. And again, their punter, what's the punter's name?
Pafford.
He can pound it.
See, that was a different punter, though. That was Bradley Richards in the first half that we saw. Here it was Pafford, as I think they could have been looking for potential fake opportunities there.
Nice, clean, kicking spiral.
Absolutely.
Great job. Can you say D1? At least D2.
Well done by Pafford. Black brings his offense back to the line of scrimmage. Too tight set. Snow is to the wide side. Soden goes in motion left to right. Black hands it off. Left-hand side, up ahead for a good solid yardage on first down was Logan Sphere. Gets a 6, maybe 7-yard carry there on first down.
Best way the Bulldogs can help themselves is to make sure the referees keep the yellow hanky in their pocket.
Absolutely. Stay away from those negative yardage type situations. Tackles for losses, sacks, and of course penalties. Two tights again. Soden left. Snow right. Snow goes in motion. Black takes the snap. Fakes it to Snow. Gets out to the right-hand side. He'll throw it over the middle. Cal McAuliffe, that's Sheridan. Complete. Inside Blue Hawk territory. He's tackled at the 39-yard line. First down, Bedford.
And nothing on the ground. No flags on the ground.
No flags. That's a good sign. I thought you might have done the old broadcaster jinx there, but it did not happen. And the Bulldogs move the chains.
You know, Coach Matthews has talked to the boys about this drive. And discipline, boys, discipline.
An important drive as we tick under 11 minutes to go in the game. Black in the gun again. Snow in motion, left to right. They hand it to him. He goes out to the right-hand side. He has some room down to the 28-yard line. And that's close to another first down. And they will motion. It is a first down.
I can't give enough credit to the up-front blocking on those sweeps. They're excellent.
Definitely had some lead blockers there. I believe Parker Bromley was out there as a lead blocker, pulling from his line position. And made some room for Snow as he got around, pulled from the left guard position. Black back in the gun, 1st and 10 on the Blue Hawks 28. Snow in motion again, but he'll hand it to Sphere, who goes out to the left-hand side, bounces it out, then back in, and will be tackled at the 26-yard line. 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7.
We have a score from Londonderry. Londonderry is leading Bishop Girton 21-8 with 5:24 to go in the third quarter.
That's a bit of a surprising score. We talked about in the first half. We have seen the Bishop Girton squad dominating early season, but Londonderry's had a great season so far too, so not surprised at the attention to that game, but a little surprised in the score. Two tights. Tagliaferro goes in motion this time, out to the left-hand side, and he has room. Carry to Tagliaferro, gets down to the 15-yard line, and the Bulldogs move the sticks again.
Does it remind you of the first drive?
It absolutely does. They've covered a lot of yardage so far in this drive. Ball's actually marked at the 16-yard line, but it still will be 1st and 10. 9:15 and counting in the game. Bulldogs trying to get back on the plus side of this scoreboard, trailing 10-7 in the fourth quarter. Two tights. Motion man is Snow. They do get the handoff to him. Tough footwork there. Snow does.
Oh, nice tackle.
Tripped up.
That was a great ankle tackle.
Just tripped up there by Nolan Bleakley. Excuse me, that was 16. That was Sean DeLello making that play. As Snow tried to get that right edge, and honestly, DeLello saved what could have been a very dangerous play for the Blue Hawks, as Snow had some blockers out in front of him.
He did. He did.
2nd and 10. Snow got back to the line of scrimmage. Clock continues to tick, 8:20 and counting. Snow in motion right to left. Black hands it to him. A lot of room again. Down inside the 10-yard line to maybe the 9. And that's about a 7-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 3. Ooh, that ball popped out there.
Exactly what I was just about to say. When you start seeing a lot of players scramble around the ball, I'm going, okay, what do we got?
It did pop out late in that play, but bounced right back into Snow's hands. Lucky play there for the senior. 3rd and 3.
I'm not sure if they don't make this first down that they don't go for it on 4th down. I mean, considering what just happened.
Yeah, fair enough. Again, no wind to speak of, so you're in field goal position. Black takes the snap, hands it off, out to the right side, and Tagliaferro's in for a touchdown. Got some great lead blocking, jet sweep to the right-hand side, and Tagliaferro scores a touchdown and puts the Bulldogs temporarily up 3 with the PAT to follow. No flags, and the touchdown is good.
Clean drive, no flags, great blocking, great running, touchdown.
I'll highlight again the blocking. This offensive line has opened up some holes, and in that case, Tagliaferro got through without, I think, even having a hand touch him. So great drive by the Bulldogs, puts them back in the lead with 7:28 to go here in the game. Looks like the officials will swap out the ball. It seems like the Bulldogs want a different ball to kick with.
One that goes through the uprights.
We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully for them, forcing the Blue Hawks to pursue a touchdown versus a tying field goal. They will trot back in from the far sideline. Ball boy there making the ball substitution. I'm sure they're inflated correctly, Bill. Don't reference anything like that.
I would never say anything. I know
Harry
whatever
would.
the laws are.
Harry would.
Of course he would.
Sabati with the hold. Shaheen, Waleed Shaheen. Kick is up, and it is no good. He missed it left again, so it stays 13-10. And that's significant.
It is. It's a different year. I know I keep saying it. We got spoiled, and but if you got to win games, you got to make those PATs.
So 13-10 is the score. Now, if the Blue Hawks put together an offensive drive, of course, they have the ability to tie and force overtime.
And we saw the foot on their kicker. He looks like he'd boom a 40-45.
He sure did. That kicker being Ethan Moss. Running, receiving, and kicking. He's been all over the field, particularly in the first half. We haven't seen as much here in the second half. Long drive there by the Bulldogs, though. Take a lot of time off the clock.
Hey, we have a score here at the end of the third quarter. It's Portsmouth Oyster River 28 over Keene 7.
Shaheen's kick now goes out of bounds. That'll draw a flag.
You never want to do that.
Ironically, went to the left.
So you're going to put the Blue Hawks at a good field position. What do they put it? 35-yard line?
35-yard line. It'll come out. Ball will be marked on the right hash for the Blue Hawks offense, where they will take over 1st and 10 in their own territory. Legal procedure call on that, of course, as the ball went out of bounds on the kickoff. Pafford trots back to the huddle, and this, like the last drive, is also a crucial drive, this time for the Blue Hawks.
13-10, fourth quarter, 7:28 left in the game. Bedford's up 13-10.
2 tights, 3 backs behind Pafford under center. Hands it off to the left side. Speaking of Moss, he gets swarmed at the line of scrimmage and will not get a gain on that play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
So we talked at the beginning of the game the importance of the Bedford defense, and the defense is now being called upon to stop what I think is a very good Exeter offense. I mean, I'm telling you the basics. I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but this is where they can establish their reputation.
They do run their offense with fluency here. Pafford under center again, 3 backs in the backfield. You're right, the defense here is critical. Pafford out to his left-hand side, looks over the middle, passes incomplete. We do have a flag down. I'm thinking we're going to have ineligible downfield again, as big number 56 was beyond the line of scrimmage. That's Harrison Cariciolo.
You know what's interesting, having been an official, and you see some calls like this, and which is good. That means that might have been a special emphasis point in training this week. Because what you can do online is that your assigner, the rules guy will say, this is what we saw in certain games. You guys got to recognize that an eligible receiver has to be called. And we're seeing it.
We've seen it twice now. In this case, it was on the Blue Hawks. Earlier, it was on the Bulldogs in the third quarter in that last critical drive when they missed the field goal. Before the touchdown drive, of course.
And it's nothing wrong, because we're seeing in the replay that is correctly being called.
It was a correct call, absolutely. So 2nd and 15 for the Blue Hawks. Puts them behind schedule. Although I might have been content with taking the play. It was an incomplete pass. What do you prefer, 2nd and 15 or 3rd and 10? Coach Matthews prefers 2nd and 15. Pafford looks to throw again, and he takes a hit but gets out of it. Scrambles to the right-hand side and will be tackled around the 32-yard line, but gets ahead for maybe a 3-yard gain. Parker Bromley was in on him but couldn't wrap him up, and Pafford gets ahead for a 2 or 3-yard gain.
To get what he got out of that was excellent. I mean, he was in the grasp.
Amazing play there, as I thought for sure that was a sack for Bromley, and Pafford squeaks out of it, and it will be 3rd and 12 or so. 6:42 to go in the game. 13-10 is your score. The Bulldogs lead late here in Exeter. Pafford to the line of scrimmage, 3 backs behind him, 2 tight, very tight splits for the offense here. Takes the snap, play action, gets to his right-hand side, screen to the left-hand side to Moss. He has some room. It is tackled quickly at the 35-yard line, so he only gets maybe 2 or 3 yards. As that play developed, it seemed like he had more room to run, but Soden came up from that outside and makes a sure-handed tackle.
Absolutely. It looked like he had a wide open spot in the, to run down the sideline, and the Bedford defense just responded quickly and pursued. I didn't realize how much speed that defense has.
Well, that's Dylan Soden making that tackle with speed and, again, sure-handedness in the open field. The Blue Hawks are forced to punt. Likely Bradley Richards this time. It is Richards, and he gets another boomer away. Back to receive, Tagliaferro takes it as his own 22, has some room to the left-hand side, out to the 40, to the 45, and the 50. He's got more room down that far sideline into Blue Hawks territory, and swarm tackled at the 30-yard line.
And I'm looking to see if there's any flags on the field, and I'm not seeing any.
I don't see any either. And quite a run back there from Dominic Tagliaferro, setting the Bulldog offense up deep inside
Look at the wall
Blue Hawk territory.
And if you're watching that replay, the wall blocking that took place with him going down the side, tip my cap to the coach that handled the special teams.
Exemplary punt return there by the Bulldogs.
Well done.
Puts the ball on the 29-yard line. Great field position for the Bulldogs in Blue Hawk territory. 6:13 to go here in the fourth quarter. 13-10. The Bulldogs lead, and they're looking to tack on more.
Got to take advantage of your field position now. Do you ever that expression, out-kicking your coverage? I think we've seen it a couple of times.
I would say, though, the Blue Hawks did have a couple of gunners on the outside that Tagliaferro was able to elude early in that run back, and then once he got through those first 2, picked up several blocks on that far sideline.
Absolutely, you're right. Good point. You know, you're going to have some over pursuit, but that was all on Tagliaferro.
Tagliaferro, yeah, absolutely. Stuck that left foot, made a cut inside the middle, broke one tackle at about his own 30, and then got down to the Blue Hawks 29-yard line. So spectacular return there for Dominic Tagliaferro.
I don't know if you notice it, but every once in a while ESPN will, you know, some of the hosts will just talk about some of the boom plays.
Oh yeah,
and
boom.
The forearm to the head.
Yeah, I love those stiff arms.
Tagliaferro, he straight armed the guy that just put him right to the ground. He'll be looking for that one.
They will have the replay as Andrew Fenn normally puts the highlights out there. I'm sure that will make the reel.
That might take some digging.
Quick score update from Londonderry. Londonderry leads 28-8 at the start of the fourth quarter. Bulldogs threatening to score here. 6:13 left. Handoff to the right side is Logan Sphere. He gets out to the right, puts the ball on his right-hand side, sticks ahead for a few more yards.
We got a flag on the play.
That might be an offensive face mask.
Personal foul.
Yeah, it is. It is. Sphere got his left hand out there trying for the stiff arm, and he's going to get called for an offensive face mask, a very rare penalty. You see him stutter step as he got to the right side and unfortunately grabbed the face mask of Evan Pafford coming up to make that tackle. So again, that negative yardage play after a great run back by Tagliaferro is going to set the Bulldog offense back several yards here. It's a personal foul.
That was 10 yard?
15.
15.
It is marched back out to the 42-yard line, so 1st and 25. And the Bulldogs have their work cut out for them. They're still in Blue Hawks territory, again at the 42-yard line. 6:03 to play. They hold a 3-point lead, 13-10. Too tight set. Snow is split right, Soden wing left. Sphere behind Black in the backfield. Snow will take the handoff right to left, gets out to the left side for a sweep, and he's got a lot of room. Maybe a 15-yard gain or so.
He gained a lot of that back.
He sure did. Got all of the penalty yardage back and a little more.
And going to the bread and butter play.
They've had a lot of success with that jet sweep, both sides, and getting a lot of blockers out in front. In this case, it was Snow, again, taking the handoff right to left, pulling guards. Got some big boys out in front of him, so they'll have a 2nd and 8 from the 26-yard line, maybe 27, in Blue Hawk territory. Two tights. Snow in motion right to left. Takes the handoff again. It's the same play. Going back to the well, and he'll get ahead for maybe another 3 or 4 yards. So it'll be 3rd and middle range here, maybe 3rd and 4.
You know, Corey, what they're doing by keeping the ball on the ground, too, is they're working clock.
Absolutely. It does continue to tick and goes under 5 minutes now. Fourth quarter action here. And this is where you want to take time off the clock, but you also want to get points on the scoreboard. Definitely 4-down territory here.
Absolutely, because if you don't make it, you have them deep in their own territory.
3rd and 5 down in distance. As the Bulldogs come back to the line of scrimmage. Slot right, slot left. In the backfield is Ledger Russell to the left of Black. He's in the gun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, quick pitch out to the left-hand side to Snow. He'll get ahead for maybe 2 or 3 yards. Clock continues to tick as he's tackled inbounds at the 21-yard line. And it will be 4th and 2 on again. Late in these fourth quarters, critical plays. 4th and 2. Black back into the huddle.
I believe if they get the first down in this one, they could
What do you
Potentially.
think? Smash it ahead? They maybe run out time here?
Yeah.
Sphere is in the backfield behind Black.
But that wouldn't be an Exeter Bedford game. It's always drama in the end.
Soden motions left to right. It's a reverse here to Snow where they've had success.
He's got the first down.
Down at the 15-yard line. They move the sticks. 3:31 to go. Clock temporarily stops while they move the chains, but the more important part is that he has a first down.
It's
just that same one.
Yep.
Ball fake to Sphere off the left tackle, giving it to the end around on Snow coming from the left side.
You know, it's interesting. They've had a great running game all game.
They sure have.
The second quarter, something wasn't clicking. And I think the way they recovered after turning the ball over because they had 4 penalties, getting the ball back and then scoring, I mean, just shows grit.
We do have an officials timeout here as one of the Bedford players was down on the far sideline. They took a official timeout to get the training staff over to the far sideline. Not quite sure what happened there.
Did you see who it is? 22?
Looks like number 22, Nate Clark, is the player shaken up. So I didn't quite see what happened there on the replay. Perhaps we can see that again. Dale, anyway, we can pull that one back up one more time during this short delay.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to Dale Bird back in the studio right now. He's bringing you all these great replays. We're taking a look at this latest one.
I'm not even sure Clark was out there on that play, so it must have happened maybe 1 or 2 plays earlier. The clock does run again. 1st and 10 Bulldogs on the Blue Hawks 16-yard line. I will echo your appreciation for Dale Bird back in the studio. We really appreciate his coordination back at the station. He's not on vacation. Should I keep going with that, Ron?
Yeah.
Anyway, Black in the gun, 2 tights.
He takes a lot of... It's hard to do what he's doing right now, so I hope you all appreciate it.
Absolutely. Snow in motion right to left. They hand it to him. Out to the left-hand side. Has some blockers in front of him. Down to the 10-yard line.
Be interested to see if Bill Ball starts using his timeouts.
And we are clicking down to just about 2.5 to go here in the game. With the Bulldogs with the ball, a 3-point lead, 13-10, and threatening to put more points on the board. You're absolutely right. When does Coach Ball start to use those timeouts? And maybe at 3rd down here. I'm guessing this will be another running play. Some strategy at play here on the coaching sides. 2 tight set. Wing left, split right is Snow. Sphere in the backfield. Snow goes in motion. Black takes the snap, hands it off to Sphere up the middle. Has some room. He'll have first down yardage and will be tackled just about at the goal line. He'll be down at the 1-yard line. 1st and goal, Bedford.
Just barreling through.
And that's what he does. Logan Sphere, big body, gets north and south and smashes through those defenders. Usually takes 2 or 3 to bring him down. 1st and goal at the 2. They'll mark him down at the 2. They'll bring in their bone team, usually the big bodies, 2 tight set. Try to smash it up the middle is my guess. 1:35 to go and counting. And the Bulldogs in a solid position here to try to close this game out. Ball security is crucial at this point, as you would guess. Those defenders are likely going to be whacking at the ball left and right. 2 tight set. Snow in motion. They hand it to Snow off the left-hand side. Wrapped up ahead for at least 1, and they will mark him short of the goal line, which actually works in Bedford's favor.
Absolutely.
And Coach Ball does take a timeout now. So 1:06 to go here in the game. Bulldogs lead 13-10 here in Exeter. Coach Ball takes a defensive timeout as the Bulldogs are on the half-a-foot line looking to put themselves up and out of distance with 1 possession. You had called it at the top of the broadcast here that this would be a tight match, and we've seen back and forth affair all evening.
Well, think about the 3 games that I talked about. Going back to 2016, Division I championship at UNH. Bedford 7, Exeter nothing. Then let's go back to last year with Exeter leading 13-12. They fumble on their 22-yard line
on Bedford's 22-yard line.
On Bedford's 22-yard. That is correct. And so they had a march with about 2:01. I remember looking at the tape.
Wow, 2:01.
2:01
Details.
all the way down, and that's when Joe Michael kicked that field goal. It was a 34-yarder, and that's when Bedford won 15-13. And then they come to Bedford.
And then, of course,
it's a double overtime win for Exeter, which was a tough one, 35-28. They always play one another tough.
Tight splits, right up the middle, touchdown, Sphere, as he puts the Bulldogs ahead with 1:02 to go. 19-10 is your score for now.
And he put an exclamation point behind that one.
And there is a Blue Hawks player that's down. They were calling to the sideline very quickly for the trainer to come out, and he looks to be significantly hurt. Right at the goal line there, you never want to see that. He is grabbing his leg in pain and looks to be in a tough spot.
I don't see the trainer coming out. I do see Coach Ball.
They are sprinting in from the far sideline now. Blue Hawks players taking a knee in the end zone. That's a tough play to nearly end the game on.
Hey, for those viewers that don't know enough about, or know, I should say, about Bill Ball and Bill Ball's reputation, he has been at Exeter High School since 1987. He has coached this team going on 40 years. He has, without a doubt, earned such a great reputation in the state of New Hampshire for high school football and athletics. He's well respected, and we certainly respect him here from our Bedford community. He's a great guy, super guy, and always a competitive coach. And did you know the name of this stadium we're at right now?
I'm pretty sure it's Bill Ball Stadium.
That is correct. Actually, it's William Ball.
Excuse me, William
Ball Stadium.
I should use a proper first name.
So I don't know about you. Would you like to have a stadium named after you while you're coaching there? And you could say, this is mine.
Well, I mean, that would be fantastic. I mean, 35-year legacy already and still going. Good for him.
I know. He's well respected by not only New Hampshire NHIAA, but even those outside the state. Everybody knows the name Bill Ball.
A pillar in the football community here in New Hampshire, and has won state championships in the past. As we saw earlier, the 1997 team from Exeter was honored for their 25th anniversary of that state championship. I didn't get a number on the injured player down for the Blue Hawks.
Hawkeye, the guy behind the camera, didn't either. So
again, we're hoping that it is not an incredibly serious injury. He does look to be sitting up now, so that's a good sign. As we have a little bit of a delay here close to the end of the game, 1:02 left to go in the game. The Bulldogs have just taken a 19-10 lead on a late touchdown, 1-yard touchdown plunge by Logan Sphere. The PAT is yet to follow, and they could stretch it out to a 10-point lead. Quick update from Londonderry. It is 28-8 with 7.5 to go left in the fourth quarter. They lead Bishop Girton. We've been following that one all evening. But Bishop Girton is threatening to score. They're deep in Londonderry territory.
So while we have this pause in action, so next week, speaking of BG, Bishop Girton, that's where the Bulldogs will be. They'll be down at Stellos Field next Saturday. The game is at 6 p.m., and that should be a great game.
Should be a great game is absolutely right. We will bring you that on BCTV as well as WBNH.
105.1 FM.
105.1 FM on your dial.
And no longer spinning dial.
Yeah, no more spinning dial. You just type it in.
There you go.
Whatever. Scan, seek, whatever.
Hey, listen, you can listen to WBNH while streaming through the radio station. Just Bluetooth it to your radio station, and you can listen to it on your car, driving, no matter where you are in the world.
We are finally getting a number. That is Bradley Richards, who is being helped off the field, the injured player for the Blue Hawks. We hope the best for Bradley as he gets to the sideline. Does not seem to be putting any weight on his right foot.
Wasn't he the punter?
He was the punter. He punted most of the game. Pafford had one of those punts, as we talked about in the first half. But this is Bradley Richards, who has done the majority of the punting for the Blue Hawks this evening. Again, coming off the field, not putting any weight on his right leg, right foot.
So we're going to have Bishop Girton and the Bedford Bulldogs playing at 6 p.m. at Stellas Field. And they will both be 5-1.
5-1, two Titans of Division I football this year.
Right. This should
be a good tilt.
Yeah, I believe this is BG's first loss, correct, Andrew?
Second loss. They did lose last week to Timberlane. Excuse me.
No, they didn't.
I'm sorry. I was thinking of Exeter. You're absolutely right. This will be first loss for Bishop Girton.
We don't usually debate that often while we're on air, but
no,
I was ready to go.
You're absolutely right.
I was ready to go.
I was in the Exeter mindset. So, we are in Exeter and we are closing out this game. Sabati will hold, and Snow will be in to kick the extra point. That is a change.
Yep.
Sabati was holding throughout the season. Snow was kicking early in the year, and now he kicks this extra point. It is up, and it is good. So the score is 20-10 with 1:02 left in the game. The Bulldogs push it out to a 10-point lead after Logan Spears' 1-yard touchdown plunge.
So can we say the kicking experiment is over?
Well, Shaheen had done well in the last couple of games. He had put the extra points through. I'm not sure if he had any field goals, but he was doing some of the kickoff duties as well. Here they went back to Colby Snow, as that PAT was an important one. Shaheen had missed a PAT as well as a short field goal, so Coach Matthews wanted to give the senior a chance back behind the kicking tee again, and this time it pays off.
You're right. Sometimes you're on and you have a good day. Even our Patriots, Nick Folk, has a day off where he can't hit.
Well, I mean, he's got, 50,000 kicks in a row inside the 40-yard line?
Yeah.
That's in a row. That's not an official statistic, but it's something like 50,000.
Serious?
Shaheen will kick it off. No, I think it is like 58 in a row, which is an absurd number and an NFL record. Shaheen kicks it off, fielded at the 25-yard line by the Blue Hawks, brought out to the 36 maybe, where they'll mark them down. 56 seconds to go. That was, I believe, Dwight Beam on the return as it came to one of the upbacks.
I would continue to put pressure on the quarterback. I wouldn't just take, send your guys and just have them play deep.
I would not either.
Play your plan. Stay with the D plan.
Still want to be a little bit conservative, but the Blue Hawks do need 2 scores, so they're going to need some urgency in their offense, and urgency is not necessarily a descriptor for the wing T. Pafford comes back out, 2 tights, 2 backs behind him, wing is right. Under center. He'll take the snap, reverse pivot, hand it to the first man through, and that goes nowhere. Likely, no, he did get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll rule him down just at about the 36-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 10, and the clock ticks, and Coach Ball is not going to use his timeout, so this will just about do it. Even if the Blue Hawks score, those timeouts are in Coach Ball's pocket.
This is an excellent, outstanding win for the Bedford Bulldogs.
It sure is. As we go under 30 seconds, Pafford under center again. He takes the snap. He'll look to pass left side, deep down the left sideline, and that's going to be picked off. Dominic Tagliaferro with the interception. He'll go down at the Blue Hawk 36-yard line, where he'll be out of bounds, maybe the 35.
And that should do it.
And that will do it. 12 seconds left to go here in the game. The Bulldogs have sealed it. And a great win, as you mentioned. 20-10 will likely be your final score. I can't say before we're completely over. We do appreciate, again, the BCTV crew. Andrew Fenn here in the booth on camera. Maybe he got faked out 1 or 2 times by Pafford, but we won't blame him. I did too. Dale Bird back in the studio. Victory formation for the Bulldogs. The snap is back, the knee is down, and that'll do it. The Bulldogs take a 20-10 victory here in Exeter, and that's a great win for the Bulldog football program.
Absolutely outstanding. I love the way they responded after they ran into some adversity. 4 flags, went for the field goal, missed it. They stopped Exeter. Exeter punted, and it was all downhill from there, if you think about it. They just ran the ball, ran it well. 2 sets, 2 series, got the ball back after, again, the defense, outstanding. What can we say about the defense?
Great job by the defense. Quick scoring summary for you. First quarter started with Colby Snow capping the Bulldogs' first offensive drive on a 36-yard end around, puts the Bulldogs up 7-7. The Blue Hawks came back on a 27-yard touchdown reception by Moss, tying the game. Moss then put the Blue Hawks up 10-7 before halftime. He accounted for all 10 of the points for the Blue Hawks, including the PAT. However, the Bulldogs came back in the fourth quarter. A 12-yard touchdown run by Dominic Tagliaferro put the Bulldogs up 13-10, and then Logan Sphere's 1-yard touchdown plunge with the PAT put the Bulldogs up 20-10 for your final. Great game for the Bulldogs, and they go in to that tilt with BG next week on a high after a solid win.
And again, I want to remind the viewers that that is going to be a Saturday evening game. Saturday evening, 6 p.m. at Stello's. Corey, I had a blast working with you.
Great job tonight, Bill. Appreciate you filling in.
Well, I just got a nice text from Harry, my mentor. I mean, this is his world, and he actually said, "Hey, you guys did a great job." When you can get an accolade from Harry Kozlowski, the guy, the man, you know it's been a fun evening. Of course, to add to that, Bedford won, so it adds to the joy. But I had a lot of fun. But let's get the boy back with you so he can actually read the numbers. Well, he can't read the numbers that well, but at least he knows the names, and he's with you more than I was. But had a lot of fun doing that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Bill. Appreciate you joining in. Kudos to some of the Bulldogs players, particularly Sphere and Snow, who went and were consoling Bradley Richards as he was carted off in the cart, injured late in the game here with 1 minute to go. Appreciate to see that kind of sportsmanship. So well done. Good win. Great sportsmanship. For the entire BC TV crew and Bill Jennings, I'm Corey Munster Tiger. Have a great night. We'll join you next week for that Bishop Girton game.